Welcome to the bottom of the rabbit hole. Salute to all the Matrix University subscribers checking in. You are always appreciated. In this video, Ellen Hollman is going to talk a little Matrix 4. And if this is your first time down here, or you want to know everything about the Matrix universe, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss out on any future updates. I've been waiting a long time to hear Ellen Hollman speak on her experience with the Matrix 4 production. Fortunately, the Red Carpet Rendezvous podcast caught up with her, and here's what she had to say about working on the project.
Got to finish the rest of Matrix 4 over in Berlin. So I was actually over in Berlin for like 3.5 months.
During the pandemic?
Yep.
Wow. So how did that work?
Yeah. So, I mean, you get COVID tested 3 to 5 times a week, depending upon how often you're on set. You get your temperature taken every time you walk into the on set.
Yeah.
So they really had every precaution laid out. And then every production pod would be separated. So you have hair and makeup department would have 2 separate sections. So if, someone in hair department came down with COVID, then they would have to isolate and the other team could just keep operating. So we didn't actually have any problems.
Okay.
Things ran incredibly smoothly over there. And we managed to finish actually a month ahead of schedule.
That's amazing. And I read an article recently that your character, you're not really supposed to talk about it.
Oh, if I talk about it, Warner Brothers put a chip in the back of my head and it'll explode if I give you any details of the character.
I was like, I want to ask her about it, but I'm pretty sure she can't talk about it, which is totally fine. Because I'm excited to see the movie and everything, and yeah, cool. But I will ask you, I mean, like Keanu, he seems very quiet. Is he extremely professional and quiet on set, or is he kind of like?
He's just such a humble, sweet, wonderful human being.
Yeah.
He's not the kind of guy who walks into a room and demands attention. He doesn't. If anything, he prefers to be in his own space. He prefers to be in his own space, but welcomes anyone who wants to sit down and have a chat. I've been fortunate to know him for years now. My husband has worked on the John Wick franchise with his stunt team, 8711. So I've been fortunate enough to share the mats with Keanu for a number of years now. So it just, it was like, oh, okay, cool. We're on the mats in Berlin instead of Los Angeles now.
Yeah.
My husband works really, really closely with him, especially now. They're prepping for John Wick 4. So they're you'd say pre-production in a sense.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's just such a wonderful guy. He really is. There's everything you hear is true about him.
I'm super excited for Matrix 4. I mean, can you tell us anything about that movie? Like anything at all, or are you just?
Well, the one thing I can say is that this is certainly not meant to be watched on your iPhone or iPad. Lana Wachowski's vision is grandiose, if I were to use one word to express it. She really does stand behind authenticity in film. What do I mean by that? That means practicality. Shooting things practically and live as opposed to CGI in a green screen situation. 2 scenarios I can mention because they're actually on Reddit. They're actually they went viral. There's a video, plenty of videos of both of them. One of them is having 2 particular cast members jumping off a 50-story building at sunrise repeatedly. That actually happened. There was no safety net. There was 2 giant truss structures that my husband helped engineer, and they literally jumped off the building repeatedly. Imagine looking out your window during your morning Zoom conference.
Yeah. I can't. Oh my gosh.
People jump off the building and then just stop.
Yeah.
And then be pulled all the way back to position 1. It's surreal.
Awesome.
So she actually did that. It's never, a feat like that has never been attempted in cinematic history. And that's just one thing. Another one was I don't know how she pulled this off either. She's a brilliant genius. She had SWAT helicopters weaving in between the streets of San Francisco at streetlight level.
What?
And then she blew the street up. So when you see that on the big screen, or slightly less big screen in your living room,
right?
Through now HBO Max, apparently.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, crazy!
When you watch that, you will know that actually happened.
Oh,
and
I'm so excited!
Yeah, there's a certain element of danger in my particular scenes. Okay. There was no shortage of that. There was when you see these physical how would I even say it? When you see these insane feats of physical prowess, there is no trick to it. It is actually being done, and that's what makes it seem like it's so funny. Because here I am, I wrapped last month. I'm sitting here, in my Los Angeles home, listening to the birds chirp. I'm like, did that actually happen? It feels surreal. For Matrix, I actually had to lose size because a previous job, Monster Problems, now known as Love and Monsters. Yeah, they wanted this like giant machine of a woman, for that role. That's how I managed to get that one. But I'm like, oh, okay. So for Matrix, I have to lose size.
Like the muscle size, basically.
Yes, that's what I mean. That requires a lot of cardio, and of course, I just kept up with judo and jiu-jitsu because, oh my god, that is cardio on a whole other level.
So Ellen Hollman finally answered some of the questions that have been asked over the last few months about Project Ice Cream. In the production prep social distancing video here on this channel, we didn't have the details of the safety protocols in place, which Hollman talks about in more detail than we've heard previously. Many people have been asking questions about how the film is going to appear visually, and Hollman also talked about Lana Wachowski shooting with less green screen and more live action, which supports Jessica Henwick teasing the special effects in one of her previous interviews where she talked about working with unique camera rigs. You can watch all the video leaks that Hollman was talking about in this interview from the San Francisco shoot here on this channel. I'll leave links in the description for anyone who missed out. Don't forget to sign up for the Project Matriculated Premiere Party event. You can support the channel by ordering your Matrix University gear at our Teespring shop. And remember, as one realizes that one is a dream figure in another person's dream, that is self-awareness.